Greetings everyone, this is Hong Long from Hong Wuxia, and welcome to the third and final installment of Red Dragon Broadsword Guarding the Barricades. I know it has been a few months since we last went over the second section, but we will go over the first two sections before we proceed to go over the third. Alright, so first we're going to bow. Circles with the sword hands, following it with your eyes, pointing the way forward, stepping back as we clear, stepping forward as we punch, and we punch with our fist and with the bottom of the broadsword. We're going to step up, raise the knee, side thrust, grab the sword, or pass the sword off into the right hand, making sword fingers with the left as we step and we slice. Then we're going to step up, block high, cut, kick, clear, or parry, and slice. From here, block, twist step, put the sword onto the shoulder, chop down. We're going to step back into monkey as we block up. We're going to cut up, step back into monkey, and block up on the other side, step back, cut up, block back into monkey on the other side. Then we're going to parry, step out, and cut up. Step out into front bow or left bow and cut up. One more into front bow as we cut up, turn, and cut up. Then we're going to step up as we turn. And as we turn and we draw back with our left leg, and then we're going to step forward and thrust. Then we're going to parry as we step up and slice. Now we're going to step up and block. Come up into crane as we cut up, twist, chop, step up, clear the blood, stomp down, block, cut up, twist step, and chop down. Now from here we're going to step out to the right. Let me step back a little bit. We're going to step out to the right as we slice. Then we're going to parry and we're going to thrust. We're going to draw up into a false stance. All of our weight is on the right leg. We're going to put the sword onto our left shoulder. Then we're going to step out into horse, sink down as we chop down, using the left hand to help bring pressure down. So from here, we're going to step back with the right leg as we chop up with the, as we cut up and we chop down. Bam. And now we're going to step out with the left, chopping up or cutting up, chopping down into a twist. One more time, step out with the left, cut up, and chop down. From here we're going to rise, and we're going to sink as we step back and cut. Then we're going to step up as we block around, cutting over to the other side. Now from here, we're going to step back as we parry into another false stance as we slice. From here, stepping back, we're going to start blocking. And as we come around here, we're going to bring our left hand over, continue blocking, and chopping horizontally. Stepping back as we block behind again, chopping up diagonally. Stepping back as we block behind again, chopping down. Stepping back one last time, putting the sword onto our shoulders as we step back and we thrust. From here, we're going to turn our bodies as we parry and we slice. And that is the end of the second section. And actually, the first section ends a little bit further than what I said. It ends when we get to the second one of these and we come around and right here. That's the end of the first section. The start of the second section should start with stepping out and clearing like so. That's the first movement of the second section. So now let's start with the third and the final section. So we were just here, boom. So from here, we're going to block in front as we cross step with the right leg, turning our bodies, cutting around, stepping back with the left leg. We're blocking up and we're cutting like so. And then from here, we're going to block around the back, stepping back out, continuing to block high, and back to where we were. So from here, blocking high, blocking around as we turn, step, cut. Blocking in the back, stepping around, chopping or slicing, and boom. Now from here, we're going to step up, block high, thrust, and as we're thrusting, we're going to be stepping and turning and thrust. From the beginning, right here, blocking high, stepping, cutting. Blocking, stepping, slicing. Stepping up, blocking high, stepping out with a thrust, stepping back, and thrusting. Now, from here, we're going to grab the sword with the other hand, blocking behind, chopping up diagonally this way to the left. Stepping back and chopping diagonally down from this side. All right, one more time from the beginning of the third section. From here, we're going to block high as we step back and we cut. Then we're going to block around as we step and we slice. We're going to step back as we block. No, we're not. We're going to step back. We're going to turn and we're going to thrust. And then as we're thrusting, we're going to be stepping. And as soon as that thrust gets to its end, we're going to step back with the left foot, come over, and we could be stabbing someone here as we're turning. Okay, and we're going to come back around and we're going to thrust. Left leg forward. So from here, we're going to reach around as we block back, and we're going to cut up diagonally here. Then we're going to step back with the right leg as we block back, and we're going to cut diagonally here. And I gotta go get my cat. All right, so where were we? We were at, I guess we'll do it one more time. So from here, we're going to step, step, boom. One more time, but slicing, boom. Stepping up, thrusting, thrusting, blocking as we step back. And we cut up and diagonally. Step back and block, chopping down diagonally. Blocking back as we step up into crane, step forward and thrust with both arms. From here, we're going to step back. From here, we're going to step back. We're going to put our left hand on the back of the sword as we step back into monkey. From here, we're going to thrust, clear, slice, block, cut up, and chop down. Okay. So we will go from right here. Thrusting, stepping back, blocking, chopping up diagonally, blocking back, and chopping down diagonally. Coming across, crane, stepping forward, thrusting, stepping back, blocking, thrust, clear, slice, block, cut up, and chop down. So from here, put the sword onto your left shoulder as you step back, and again thrust with both hands. From the thrust again. So if we're here, stepping back, chopping up, stepping back, chopping up, stepping back, chopping down, both times diagonally. Blocking, crane, thrust. Stepping back as we block, using the other hand to brace, and pushing off as we thrust, clear, slice. Blocking, stepping, chopping, bam. Stepping back, right or left shoulder, grabbing with both hands, thrusting. From here, we're going to step as we slice, and right when we get here, we're going to parry, and we're going to slice yet again. Now from here, step, step, thrust. So from here we're going to step, step, thrust, parry, and close. All right, we'll go through this whole third section one more time from this angle, and then I'll do a couple, like another angle or two, and then we'll go through the entire form. So, from here, step, step, step back, cut, clear, block, and slicing all the way around, bam. From here, we're going to step up, and we're going to thrust. As we thrust, we're going to step, stepping back, and bam. So from here, we're going to step back and block and cut up diagonally. We're going to step back, block, cut down diagonally. So from here, we're going to block back, crane, and thrust. From here, we're going to step back, block, bracing. We're going to push off with the left hand as we thrust. We're going to clear, and we're going to slice. From here, we're going to put the sword onto the left shoulder as we step back with the right foot, and then we step back once more with the left, and we thrust back. From here, we're going to cut, and do the. So from here, we're going to slice, parry, circle overhead, and slice. Now, from here, we're going to step back as we bring the sword up, cutting down or piercing downwards. We're going to step back one more time. Let's do this again. We're going to step around like so, and then we're going to step back with the left foot into a twist hit, slightly behind this one, behind facing that way at least. And then we're going to turn around and thrust. And then we're going to clear, and we're thrust, and then we're going to clear and close and bow. And that is your first weapons form, Red Dragon guarding the barricades. All right, so we're going to do this third section from a different angle. So from here, we're going to block high, cut, boom. We're going to step back, boom. From here, stepping up, false stance, all my weight's on the right foot, and we're going to turn, and we're going to thrust, and step back, come back, and thrust. From here, we're going to step back, block back, cut up diagonally. Step back, block, and cut down diagonally. Step forward, false stance again, into crane as we thrust, and the blade is horizontal for this thrust. Okay, so from here we're going to step back and block, push off, and thrust. Clear, slice. So from here, left shoulder, both hands, thrust, and this thrust is horizontal. Boom. So from here, cut, parry, and slice one more time. And from here, we're going to step. As we come around, step back, thrust, clear, and bow. All right. Let's try it once from the other angle. Here, we're here. So from here, walk up here first, clear, move the hands up here like here, boom, like here, like here, like I just did here. Come around, boom, step, boom, step up, step out, forward, back, and another thrust. Block back, diagonally, block back, diagonally, up, crane, forward, block, push, thrust, clear, and slice. Left shoulder, thrust, From here, cut, slice, parry, slice, step back, thrust, bam, and bam. All right, everybody, we're gonna go over it, the entire thing one more time, possibly two more. We'll see how I feel after I go over it once. All right. All right, let's get started. So we're going to bow. Sword fingers or knife fingers. And we're going to point the way forward, and we're going to clear, and we're going to step forward and punch, and we're going to come up and we're going to side thrust, breaking that guy's knee, and then as he bends over, we're going to cut off his head. Then his friend is going to come and attack us from the side, back, and we're going to block his strike with his baseball bat because he's not as classy as us to be carrying around a sword. And then we're going to step out as we block possibly a punch that he follows up with his, hey, leave the lamps alone, what did you do? Rowdy cats. And then we're going to cut him, and then we're going to kick him away, and we're going to slice just for good measure. And then we're going to be attacked over here, and we're going to block that attack, and we're going to step behind his leg. We're going to pop him with the butt of our sword, and then we're going to cut off his head. And then any more attacks we're going to block. We're going to block them, and we're going to block them. Or these could actually be attacks, cutting up to the groin, cutting up through the groin, cutting up through the groin. And we're going to step out and cut that groin again. And again, and one more, and just to be safe, one more time. Master Ken would love this one. And step back, and we're going to step back, and then we're going to thrust into the midsection. We're going to parry the sword thrust that's coming in at us, and then we're going to slice. We're going to cut up. Cut down, clear all that blood off because it's filled now. We're going to stomp to make sure he comes off of the sword completely. And then we're going to cut up through the groin, the midsection of the guy who's trying to attack us from the back. And then we're going to come over here, and we're going to cut the guy over here. Then somebody's coming at us over there. We're going to parry like so and slice him. And then we're going to thrust at the dude that's behind them. And then we're going to block back here from this guy kind of attacking us there. And we're going to come down and boom. We're going to cut off the guy's leg who was trying to kick us from there. We're going to step back here. All right, for the third time. For some reason, my camera likes to stop at odd times. Anyway, I'm going to make sure one more time it's going. So we're just going to go over this one more time from the front angle. I've done it a couple of times not knowing my camera wasn't recording, so we'll see how fit I am to do it another time for another angle. But we're going to at least do one more time. Okay, so first off, of course now we have children playing in the background. So. I gave a wonderful, okay, so let's try. We need to pretend the screams in the background are the people getting cut up. All right, so from here, bow. Sword hands or broadsword hands. Yin yang circles. Step back and clear. As we step forward and punch with both the butt of the sword and our fist. Then we're going to come up and we're going to break the knee of this guy right over here, and then we're going to cut his head off, just to be certain. Then we're going to turn around and we're going to block high from the punch, and then we're going to cut him. Then we are going to kick him away and then slice just to make sure he's done. And then we're going to block because we had somebody coming from over here. And we're going to put the sword up here on our right shoulder. We're going to jam him with the butt, and then we're going to cut his head off like so as we come down. Now we're going to step back, and we can either consider this a block, boom, boom, or you can consider this a slice to the groin. To go with these slices to the groin. Master Ken would love this one. And from here, we're going to step up, block high, and then boom, thrusting to the groin. Parrying from over here, slicing as we step forward. We're going to block, and then we're going to cut this guy in the groin as we twist step, and we cut this guy over here, cutting basically right there. Hopefully it goes in real deep. We're going to clear the blood off and his body off. As his body falls, we're going to stomp him down, or alternatively, as his body falls off, we're going to stomp on that guy's foot who's coming at us over there. And we're going to clear, cutting the groin of this guy over here again, and then catching this guy who thought he was going to sneak up behind us. And from here, we've got somebody coming there. We're going to slice, clear, and thrust. From here, we got somebody coming. We're going to block, and boom. Cut his leg off as he's trying to chop us with a roundhouse. Then we're step back, and we're going to cut the groin and cut down. We're going to come over here. We're going to sweep with the left foot as we cut the groin over here, and we cut down the middle of the body here. We're going to do it one more time. Sweep, groin, body. Then we're going to raise up, and we're going to cut the guy back here, or slice the guy's head off as he comes over here. Then we're going to get attacked from the front. We're going to block, step forward, and cut. Then we're going to get attacked from here again. We're going to parry, and we're going to slice into a false stance. And now we want to clear some room again. So we're going to go boom, horizontal, diagonal, and down. I'm going to step back, block back, and then thrust. And then we're going to clear and slice. Now, from here, we want to clear some more space. So we're going to step, parry, cut all the way around while blocking high. And we're still feeling a little crowded, so we're going to parry, and we're going to slice all the way around. Boom, and somebody's coming from there. We're going to block, and we're going to step, thrust, stab, and thrust. So from here, we're going to grab with both hands, block back, chop up diagonally, step back, block, chop down diagonally, block the attack from the back as we come into crane, and we miss the sweep, and then we're going to stab forward with both hands. We're going to push that body off, and then thrust just to make sure he's dead. And we're going to come out, pull up with our right leg as we clear and we slice. Now, from here, we're going to step back. So the camera stopped again, but this time it didn't stop all at the beginning. All right, so from here, we're going to step back, put the sword on the shoulder, and hopefully stab the guy who was getting, oops, we don't want to cut our, all right, so from here, we're going to step back and put the sword on the shoulder and hopefully stab the guy in the face that was trying to get too close. And then we're going to grab the sword and step back. All right. Boom, boom, as we step back, and then thrust horizontally. And then from here, we're going to clear some space, slice, and then we're going to step back as we stab back, step back into twist, and thrust. Then we're going to clear, close, and bow. All right. All right, so let's try it from this angle. From here. Okay, so from here, we're going to bow. Actually, I'm not going to talk this time. Actually, I need to go get my cat. All right, we'll do it from this angle, and I will not speak this time. So, except to say, bow. Oh, and this one is reversed. So your sword should be facing like this when you're thrusting. The blade side up. All right, everybody, this has been Hong Long from Hong Long Wuxia. As always, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Not. Let us know down in the comments what you think and what you want to see next. If you want any further instruction on this form, you want to go through each section individually and then put them all together and go through them all at once. You want to take time and go through like individual postures, you know, just practice. And just like practice slicing, practice parrying. Just do that like about, 100 times a day. Bam. Do that 100 times a day. Bam. Bam. Try the ones where we're making the steps. Just practice it over and over and over. And that's how you get better. You can practice it as a Tai Chi form, going through everything. You can practice it as a Tai Chi form, going through everything slowly, focused, so that you learn how to do each movement correctly. And you can also do it as a Kung Fu form, which is what it's especially meant to be. But doing both works. It works doing it both ways. You want to work on getting your stances lower as you do it, to work on your conditioning, but you don't necessarily have to have really low stances or really high kicks as you're going through the form. You want to do what's best and works best for you. But as you go through the form on a routine basis, you want to practice, just like with everything, all your form. You want to practice on working and getting your stances deeper, your kicks faster and higher, and your punches harder and faster. That's the way you get better. That's the way you improve your speed, improve your overall conditioning, and you improve your strength and power. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you have. And until next time, as always, everybody, keep practicing.